I think Private Harry, at his best and sound, he's the best sprinter in the country. So it was a shit show from the get-go, but I won't go into all the details, and we had our reasons why we wanted the jockey change. Briassa was on the inside of us, and he kept laying down on Briassa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whether it's male or female, if there's a grey, it's his.
He's got a punch on.
Yeah, and have their opinion. I don't give a stuff what you've got to say, to be honest. So I've just blocked everyone's number. And I will not talk to it. The only journalist I spoke to was Ray Thomas. So everyone else can get stuff.
And a horse that is a Group 1 winner, Private Harry. There was a lot of talk about him. I think one of the great sentences you came out with, you thought he could give Kying Rising a bit of a run. Obviously, that horse hasn't taken a step back. Are you still in the same opinion that he would have given Kying Rising a scare in the Everest?
If he was at his best and if he was sound, I really do. Ka Ying wasn't at his best here. You could see that.
Yeah.
Ka Ying Rising just wasn't at his best. He was at 80% and still got the job done. So the horse is a freak. It's interesting. I still think, I think Private Harry, at his best and sound, he's the best sprinter in the country. Will we see that again? I'm probably doubtful. But look, he's with Chris Waller now. It's fairly publicised that he's with Chris. That's what Yulong wanted to do. And at the end of the day, I guess if anyone can bring a horse back, it's Chris. And he's at Wild Oaks. He's been rehabbed. It's an issue with his fourth carpal bone and his near foreknee, which is a rare injury. It's normally their third carpal bone, which is like a suspension product of the knee. The fourth carpal bone is quite strange. We knew what we were dealing with, probably more so from the second trial onwards.
Yep.
Internally, we knew, and we knew probably that we're in some strife, but it's where do you find that happy medium of you've got an Everest slot, the horse has shown us, so leading into before, like after that second trial, we thought this horse is absolutely spot on. He's flow flying. We thought we'd go to the shorts and we thought he'll just win this. But obviously he went amiss slightly in the shorts and obviously in the premiers he went amiss. So, people haven't seen the best of him. Will they ever see the best of him? I'm doubtful. But as I said, it's with Chris now, and if anyone can do it, Chris can. And I hope we do. There's been a program set out for him up in Queensland.
Yep.
He'll have 2 trials if he makes it that far, and an exhibition gallop at Eagle Farm.
Yep.
And then, he'll have 3 runs during the campaign. So I hope for the horse, for him, because he loves being in work.
Yep.
He's a horse that wants to work. He's a horse that loves being in work. He doesn't like being in a paddock. I hope for his sake, the public are more than welcome to their opinion, and they deserve to have an opinion, but we know the horse that he is. And not many horses can win a Group 1 at your 5th start as a 3-year-old beating older horses just all the way through. So I think 3 have done it. So you think Extreme Choice and him. So it's pretty good company. It's interesting, the Ka Ying thing. Like, I don't know, because he wasn't sound. The way he won the Everest, it wasn't dominant.
Yeah.
So if he was at his absolute best, I don't know if he would have won, but I guarantee he would have run a bold race. But he was well built. He was on 3 legs, so I can't really comment.
And if you mind me asking as well, I think some people would always want to know a little bit more information about this. So you're talking about the setback that he had. At what point did you disclose that to, obviously, the connections, your owners? How much was disclosed to the general public? Obviously, there's gambling in Australia, but you're also managing knowledge as well, because you might explain something. It's can be very much misconstrued of where a horse is at, but also not talking about it as well when something happens after it. Some people in the general public, may have wished the information. To what degree did you communicate the setback, and could you then more or less to disclose it, or again, was it best to keep it private because again, the understanding of it should be kept between the connections?
Yeah, well, after the shorts, obviously he pulled up quite average. He had heat in both fetlocks. He pretty much nearly fell out, or he did fall out of the gates and blundered quite bad. And it was basically just a shit show from the moment he was loaded. He shouldn't have been loaded first. He was in gate 5 with under 10 horses, so he should have been loaded 5th, not first. So it was a shit show from the get-go. Yeah. But I won't go into all the details. And we had our reasons why we wanted the jockey change. The reasons were valid, and Yulong were strong on that as well. We didn't resist it. We didn't push for it, but we didn't resist it.
Yep.
And we heard their points. We agreed. And there was a few things that they noticed that we didn't even notice. Like, why did he have someone up on his tail? He's never had anyone on his tail. So why did Ash allow that to happen?
Okay, yep.
There was another one patting the colt on the bum. So one on the tail, one on the bum. And he was the first horse loaded and he's laying down. These are the little things that punters or the people looking at from an aerial view probably don't look at in depth.
Yep.
But we have to.
Yep.
Because what went wrong? Like, why did things go so far wrong? Why was that allowed to happen when he's never had 2 people on his bum before?
Is that a barrier attendance? Just they're trying to do their best at the time, or is
no? It's not their fault at all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh no, they're just there to.
They're trying to do their best, but it was outside of his normal routine of how he gets in a barrier.
Yeah, again, I'm not throwing people under the bus, but if you're concreting a driveway, the concrete is doing the job. If you're putting putting a rider on a horse, they're controlling that product, aren't they? So again, I don't know what happened. I don't know why, but I just don't know why so many things changed when you don't change things when it's not broken.
Was Ash aware that there was a slight change in the routine? As the person on its back, I've been a work rider when I was 25 kilos plus lighter, and there's a lot of things when adrenaline's running and your attention is maybe making sure that the horse is calm underneath you. If the horse is calm in the barriers and Ash is, if there's no reason to get off him or do anything different, is that a difference between someone who's just won their first Group 1 and a James McDonald's won 50 Group 1s that may have been through that experience before?
For sure.
Is it?
Yeah, and people, it just is. That's why the best of the best.
Yeah.
Again, it sounds brutal, but it's just facts. Ash he did a terrific job up until that point. I still don't believe he got it right. And it's a matter of under 10 a lot of people don't know, but if you've got 10 horses or less, you're loaded in order 1 to 10. And if it's 10 or more, or 1 to 9, you get loaded in order, and then 10 plus, it's 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7. You're loaded in order. Yep. So why are you allowing a colt to be loaded first when he's always fresh in the gates first up?
Okay.
That's just his idiosyncrasy. He's always fresh.
Yep.
Why is that allowed to happen? That's the only thing that I really noticed. And then obviously other connections noticed what was going on behind the scenes. He loves grey horses. He's in love. He's got an obsession with grey horses. Briassa was on the inside of us and he kept laying down on Briassa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whether it's male or female, if there's a grey, it's his.
He's got a penchant on for greys.
Yeah, and we even requested, can we not parade behind Briassa? And it wasn't allowed.
I think for someone who's worked in the industry for 22 years, I suppose that's that 1%.
Yeah, and if you look in the galaxy when Ash must have felt like he slipped a shoe or something, and they picked his feet up, they were checking his feet, and you'll see Ash asking the grey, the horses, all the grey horses just to go away. Like, just don't come near me, don't. So it's Ash knows about that. We all knew about it. He's got the same with Doyle. He's got an obsession with greys, and that's just him. He loves a grey. So we knew it would be tricky, and it's no excuse, but all of these little 1%ers, when they go wrong, my opinion was when he came out and blundered, you're probably just, you can't win the race like that. Tim made such a good point when we gave Tim the role. He said it's not just about when you're missing the kick, but after a furlong, you're probably making up that length. After 2 furlongs, it's that length and 3/4.
Yeah.
It just gets away from you each furlong.
Yep.
So you're naturally having to work that little bit harder, whereas we probably just should have taken a sit and, yeah, you don't win. But in hindsight, you probably let Briassa, who was the favourite in the race, probably cart you into the race.
Yep.
But that's all in hindsight. But all the little things that happened in there and at the back of the horse, it's quite interesting. And it's probably more interesting for the people to know that's why we made the change.
Yep.
It's not good enough at that level. And that's why your Jameses and Tommies and Tims and Nashes, that's why they're the best. They're the best of what they do. They do it every day, and they've got ice in their veins. And it's just like football players, there's a reason why you've got 17 players that play for their country, or rugby, or they handle 90,000 people. They thrive on that.
Yep.
And some don't, and that's fine. That's the game we're in. We're all athletes, and all you can do is give someone an opportunity. And if something, or if the horse doesn't deliver, just like if we put a horse in a certain race, if they don't deliver, well, we have to come back a level, and it's the same with athletes. If you put a jockey on, if they don't deliver, you have to reassess. You can't, if things don't work out, why revisit that?
Yep.
I just think it's a very negative way to run your business. If things didn't go right, well, let's sit down as a team. What went wrong here? Like, let's find out where can we be better? And we felt that was the way to go. We knew where the horse was structurally. He wasn't right. Should have we pulled the pin? Probably. But you've got a lot on the line as well, and with the team behind us and the doctors, etc., and we medicated the joints, and we felt it was the right thing to go to the Premier, and obviously the horse went amiss.
I think very, very honest insights, because a lot of, especially punters, you can bet with their, maybe not their heads but more their hearts, and we seen the Labrooks content that went out before the Everest, and you got a little bit of flack for your comments.
Galaxy, before the Galaxy.
Before the Galaxy, there was a promo for Private Harry with Labrooks. Fantastic bit of content. Very bullish comments from yourself. I know you copped a few comments as you do in social media, but overall, we had spoke about this behind the scenes. I think it had a bit of space when we see a bit of toing and fro between owners. There's no malice in it. It seems to be, we see in other sports, especially boxing, where the opposition will throw a little bit of light, a little bit of shade on other runners and really give themselves a bit of a push. As someone who's played sports yourself, do you think that's healthy for horse racing to be having a bit of fun with it?
Yeah, well, I'm not on social media, so that's probably an advantage for me. Like, I don't, all the comments, and like I know our other trainers are like, don't hop on Facebook. And like, I don't have it. So it doesn't bother me. Like, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I only care about educated opinions.
Yeah, great.
That's just where I surround myself with people that are in the right circle, and I surround myself with, you are who you hang around. So people that have had $5 on him and have their opinion, I don't give a stuff what you've got to say, to be honest. And that's just me being honest. Go and spend another $5 on the next horse at Dubbo that gets beat. So It just doesn't bother me. Like if you're the $10,000 punter, yeah, I'll listen to what you've got to say. If you're a pro punter, you're an educated person. That's what you do for a job.
Yep.
But yeah, like people have their opinions. I only care about educated and factual and data-driven comments or figures. And I knew where the horse was. We knew as a team where the horse was sitting. And going to, yeah, like I think it's so healthy. You need, because at the end of the day, what the public don't realise, like whether it's whoever you're having the banter with, behind the scenes, we're having a beer with them. Like everything's...
I think people don't see that, do they?
Yeah, everything's sweet.
This industry's very close to each other.
It's not like, I don't know, boxing or... like we're actually, as you know, mate, everyone's close.
Yeah.
So we can have banter and... we'll have someone bag us, we'll have a little chirp back, and then behind the scenes we've just had 4 beers together. Yeah. And that's just the industry, and it's all what you see is not what you think. That's what I'll say. And it's about creating an event, and I guarantee you I would have sold more tickets by what I had to say, but you've got to back your product, and so many people do, but I just feel... if James McDonald was riding our horse and Chris Waller trained it at the time, I can promise you people wouldn't have had so much to say. But because it was with a small trainer from a small jockey with an average size syndicator, they just think it's a free-for-all. But now I've seen since the horse has been transferred to Chris, people bagging the horse that are in commentary, and I won't name names, but they're on shows weekly, and oh, you wait till you see what Chris does with this horse now. Oh, really? So when it was with Nathan, it wasn't good enough. But now it's with a big trainer. He's a good horse all of a sudden. It's politically incorrect. It's so, yeah, it's a funny world we live in. The horse hasn't changed. The systems haven't changed. And who's the best man for the job to get him back? Of course, it's Chris. That's no doubt. He's got more of a chance coming back with Chris, for sure. Yeah. And that's why he's there. But the horse still had the ability 6 months ago to what he has now. So I just think you can't now jump into the ship when you are so far against us along the way. So I just want people to enjoy good athletes, whether he comes back and runs 5th, whether he comes back and runs 1st, just enjoy the athletes that we have. Yeah. Like it's, when they're at that elite level, it's so beautiful to watch. It's so beautiful to watch, like Jolie Star and, you know, your Autumn Glows and your Cutting Risings and Overpasses, like all these horses that it's pretty to watch. They're freaks. They're the Michael Jordans of our industry. And I think we just need to appreciate these athletes more instead of bagging the people behind the scenes. If you're going to get asked a question from a journalist and you answer it honestly and then get criticized for it, why am I taking the phone call? Mm-hmm. So I've just blocked everyone's number. And I will not talk to the only journalist I spoke to was Ray Thomas. So everyone else can get stuffed. And I will not take any phone calls moving forward. And I hope if Shiki comes out and she's a favourite in a golden slipper, they can get stuffed, because I will not give them any content.
I mean, that is a headline to finish the conversation. It's very good that you're strong in your resolution of how you want to present your business, how you want to manage your horses. A lot of success has been had already with the colours, particularly in 2025. And we all want to see a good 2026, and I would expect we'll continue.
Everyone.
Yeah. As a sport, we're moving forward. There's a lot of trials and tribulations at the governance end, but for yourself, hopefully we see a good festive period, a good start to the year up in the Magic Millions.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the sales coming up, how do people get involved ahead of the sales? If you are going to be limiting your numbers this year compared to maybe the last few years due to the market, how do people get involved ahead of the sales, and how will they get involved once the purchases come?
Yeah, well, as soon as we purchase a horse, Dave and I will be putting it on social media, obviously, and creating marketing videos, and just be quick, because some of these with the owners we have planned and going up there, etc. there might be limited opportunities, and but make sure you keep an eye on Kurrinda Bloodstock socials, Facebook, Instagram. It'll be on our website. But go on to the website, register your interest now, because you'll be at the top of the list. That's one thing I can assure you, is you'll be at the top of our list for our CRM, for our emailing campaign, and that's crucial. And if you want to be a part of someone that's a company that's just honest, we give the horses every opportunity. They go to the best trainers for that type of horse that we purchase. We don't purchase a horse and just hit and hope and send it to, say, a Matty Dale, or if they go to Nathan, if they go to Matthew, if they go to David Pfeiffer or Gain Adrian or whoever it may be, Stuart Kendrick, like, they're going to them for a reason, and our reasons are data-driven. It's all numbers. Numbers don't lie. So yeah, go onto the website, register, and we'll get in touch, and let's hope we have a good year.
Mate, thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.
Talk on it.
Thanks, mate.